Well, good afternoon. I'm Pastor Les Chemist. Welcome to Cruisin' the Narrow Road. I feel funny saying that because we definitely ain't cruising no narrow roads today. We are buried in winter. It's February, and all motorcycling is a daydream at this point. Today I'm working hard, trying to get some wood in the house. I heat with firewood, burn about 9 cord a year, and so every few days I have to go and fill up my wood rack in the house, and that's what I'm doing today. Well, I still got a bit more to do, but while I'm doing this, why don't we just flash back to a beautiful fall ride. When I was on my trip to Nova Scotia, did the Cabot Trail, which is a video you can see up here in the link. We also took the opportunity to go to my hometown, and I'm just going to show you a little bit of footage of that, let you see where I grew up and what it's like in southern Nova Scotia. Hope you enjoy the ride. I am home. Not my home in Newfoundland, but the town where I was born and raised, Lockeport, Nova Scotia. Just on the way in town, getting set to see my parents. Spence and I have been touring around Nova Scotia, and we have just arrived in Lockeport, and I can say I'm happy to be home. I've been a dream to ride from Newfoundland to my hometown in Nova Scotia on the bike, and lots of dreams coming true here lately on this trip. Just thoroughly enjoying it. Get to show you a little bit of my hometown. Riding into Lockeport truly is a trip down memory lane. Growing up around the water, really on an island, though it sort of doesn't look like an island anymore because of the beach and the causeway that's there. But this is really just, this is where I grew up. This is the place I loved and I called home for so many years. I grew up here. This was the formative years were impacted by this place. A lot of experiences, a lot of great times, and grew up going to this beach that we're about to look at. It was quite a wonderful place. I remember swimming there as a kid, freezing half to death in the cold North Atlantic. But man, I guess we were tough. Any hot day we would get down and swim in this beach. I remember Mom taking us here as kids. We had some great times in this place. This beach was incidentally featured on the back of the old Canadian $50 bill at one time. This place is known as Crescent Beach, and it's the beach that backs on the causeway that connects Lockeport to the mainland of Nova Scotia. Once Spence and I had a little quick look at the beach, we headed on town, as we say. Very unique phrase of how we get to town. We go on town or onto the island of Lockeport. You know, this is the road. This is the causeway that connects the place, and just beautiful. Water on both sides. You can't really see the water to the right because of the sand dunes, but you see the water to the left. It's all salt water. We're just crossing the causeway there now. Beautiful boardwalks. Tourism has really boosted since I was there growing up. There's cabins to stay in. There's a beautiful beach. There's walking trails. There's all kinds of things. The school here is
very much into sports. I have great sports teams. I remember growing up, and our girls' senior basketball team won the provincial championship 5 years in a row, which was awesome for a small school. This is the school that I graduated from grade 12, and I have great memories of being in school. Not to say it was all sunshine and roses, but honestly, I don't have a lot of bad memories about being in school. Lockport's not a very big town. There's only a few hundred live there now. Back when I was growing up, I think it was between 1,000, 1,200, maybe even 1,500 people. But more of a retirement community now than it used to be, although there still is an active fish plant here, and a lot goes on. But it's a great place to have grown up. As we continue on our ride through Lockport, we come by Lockport Independent Baptist Church. This church was the church that I grew up in. It was through the influence of this church that I came to know Christ as my personal Lord and Savior. It is here that through the ministries of this church that I was called to ministry, and ultimately after having served for a year or so as the assistant pastor, this church was also the church that sent us out as church planting missionaries, first to Bolivia and then to where we are now in Newfoundland. Our final destination in Lockport was to visit the house where I grew up all my life, where I was raised, and we went to visit my parents, and I had a great time with them, seeing Dad's boat collection, which he built. He's a model boat builder, and just had a great time with Mom and Dad, and though it wasn't nearly long enough, we only stayed for a couple hours, it was great to see them on this trip. Well, I hope you enjoyed the little ride through Lockport, where I grew up. I hope you enjoyed the video today. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you've never subscribed, please go ahead and do that. Don't forget to click the little bell icon so that you can get notified of any new videos that come out. May God bless you, and have a great day.